Hey there, got some more Prospect Bay for you guys. So, today I was thinking that I would do a little bit of further improvement on the road corridor I've been working on recently. The way I set it up before is that it continues as a 4-lane road from around here, so, and then narrows down to 2 lanes over here before terminating in an intersection right next to the highway on and off ramps over here. So what I want to do is widen the road until its end so that there's no loss of traffic lanes, and expand the interchange so that it connects with the terminus of the road. And yeah, it should be a bit of a project, but should also be fun, so I'll get right into it. Alright, well here we are, and right before I turned on the recording I got a pop-up saying that this town is having water problems, so that is probably something that I could fix right away. Let's go over to the water here. Yep, sure enough, looks like it's been going on for a while. I wonder where the other existing water facilities are right now. Looks like over here. Yeah, so I'll just put a third pump right by the first two. And I might as well put 2 while I'm at it. Make sure that this problem doesn't that it doesn't return too fast. Okay, so I've got to figure out how I'm going to connect this all up. I suppose what I could do, there is quite the straight segment here on the highway, so I'd probably be able to put an additional set of ramps to connect with the road, but I would somehow need to build another overpass or something for one of the ramps, so gonna have to figure out where that's gonna be. Unfortunately, can't just draw it over this fractional angle stuff, unlike in real life. Geez, conundrums. Yeah, the other thing that I'm a little bit worried about is there won't be that much. There's not enough room to add an extra merging lane, which sort of troubles me, but yeah, there just isn't enough room for that transition anywhere in this tile, so I guess there's not going to be anything like that. Okay, well, that's a shame, but I'm sure we will manage. Meanwhile, I might as well start out by building the overpass, because that is really going to be more of a limiting factor as far as how it affects where I'll be able to place things as compared to the other stuff. So I'm actually gonna first see where the closest spot I could put this is. And it looks like that should work. So then I suppose I would just stick a transition right there. I'm gonna need another starter piece, looks like. Put that over by the base of the transition, I guess. Alright, looking good so far. Now, I'm gonna... Oof, I wonder if I'll have enough room here to do what I want. Maybe not. Uh, but it's worth checking. So, whoop. Make sure that the game is set to daytime first. I'll just see if this curve fits in. Yeah, I'm not gonna have enough room to do my ramp like that. Not a problem, not a problem. I'm demolishing that because if I'm not going to use a fractional angle curve, I actually will not need that starter piece, so, you know, there's a little bit of gain in this as well. And I think I'll be using the type A1 wide ramps. I'm pretty sure they have those for RHW4. Yeah, A1 wide exit. So this is the closest I can place it. It really is kind of a tight fit after all. Let's see if I can get this all to work nicely. Alright, so far so good. Of course, the real question here is, how will I transition this back to ground level? I really wish they had the diagonal pieces like this, but not going to get anywhere by wishing, I suppose. I guess, well, now that I have this in place, I honestly, it's probably a better idea if I just go onto the road widening right away. So, should be a fairly easy task. Although these things do tend to get more complicated than you might expect pretty fast. Alright, make sure that's a full intersection. And we're... ooh. See, this is a bit of an issue with Road 4, is it doesn't have any smooth curves or fractional angle stuff, or, well, much of anything really. So one way I might be able to get around that is by transitioning it to Avenue a little bit early. So that's how we're gonna do it. You know what, I might have enough space for an extra merge lane after all. It really will be useful, being if I build my entrance right here, since it's so close to the other one, you know, it could be kind of hard to see all the oncoming traffic from every angle while you're merging, so yeah, having the extra space will definitely be of benefit. And yeah, it's a good thing there aren't any intersections around here, because Fractional Angle Avenue does not support any of that stuff. Yeah, here in the new NAM, there are now transitions for diagonal to Fractional Angle Avenue. Definitely some useful stuff. I could have used it in a bunch of places in this region. And, well, I really should get around to downloading the new NAM. I mean, I really don't know why I haven't, to be honest. It's, I was kind of putting it off because I figured I would try to get this, highway work done before I did so. But, yeah, after this there'll be no excuse. I've been looking forward to sort of trying it out and seeing, you know, how exactly things are. I'm curious to know exactly how much progress has been made as far as implementing uh, features for the real railway system, and if it's possible that you can build fractional angle STR at this point, well, that would open up a whole lot of new development possibilities. Well, I do sort of doubt, though, that in this preliminary release they'll already have something sort of so specialized, because I do know that the majority of SC4 players don't use single track rail, even though it is pretty realistic. Okay, so it's all good stuff so far. Let's see if I can minimize the length of this median. Yeah, like that. And yeah, good stuff, good stuff. I believe I'll be transitioning this avenue to RHW4 right around here, and then each of the 2-lane roadways will transition in turn to MIS in time for the ramps. So this is kind of a huge viaduct at this point. A little bit silly in that way, but I think it'll be fine. Really not too much room as far as being able to do what I was talking about here. Well, I'll see if it will cooperate. Okay, that's the piece I want. Looks like the closest I can build it is really here. Huh. It does screw with the slope a bit. I sort of doubt I'll be able to do this. Oh, no, it's working just fine. Yeah, I like that. Good news. So, I might as well do something similar with transition right next door. Yep, just like this. That should all work properly. And looks like I'm still going to need some sort of override for this overpass. Well, fortunately, I think I do have enough space that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Yep, just I think it'll be able to hold its own override even if I end up demolishing the puzzle pieces around here. So, just draw this out like so. Alright. And yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. So let's see if the override holds. Oh yeah, sure enough, it's great. Perfect. Yeah, it's a really long viaduct, but not too much that can be done about it. So, I'm a bit torn on... I almost want to keep this as RHW4 for the longest time possible. Just have that extra space for people to pass and such. But I figure, you know, if they aren't already, if they haven't already passed the slower traffic on this whole lead up to the ramp, might You know, it might be a bit late anyway. I don't know, I'll think about it. It does seem like I might end up moving this transition down to here or so, or maybe even further up, depending on where this ramp goes in. Speaking of which, we might as well put the ramp puzzle piece in place right now. So I want RHW6S type E1, I think. Yeah, that'll work. Actually, I think I'll do it from the other side. Just put a nice MIS 45-degree curve over here, and I think the way I will do this is to transition it to a fractional angle around this area. And yeah, I'm gonna put it, I could extend it further up here, but that would be reducing the amount of space I would have for, what's it called? Whoa, sorry about that, just knocked over my microphone. Yeah, that would be reducing the amount of space I could use for the merge lane, which would be a bit of an issue. So, let's see about getting these two curves connected. Uh-oh, looks like I lost my override already. No, it works when I drag it that way, for some reason. Okay, so I want fractional angle ramps, type F1 I believe, for RHW6S. Yeah, just like this. Oh, come on, are you kidding me? It looks like it should work in that spot. Okay, well, I will just build that curve again, I guess. Alright, looking good. Now let's get the diagonal transition again. And damn, I was a tile off. I'm gonna have to rebuild that. So, yeah, the end of the ramp should be right in the middle of those three patches of pink flowers. Obviously, these farms adjacent to the highway are gonna have to be rebuilt or demolished or something. But that... Oh, you know why? I think I see why I had a problem. There was probably a starter piece or something. At least I hope it's just that. Alright, now build the curve for a third time. Oh, and it doesn't want to fit anymore. Well, that's okay. Let's see how it does when I demolish another tile there. Oh, really? What? Okay. Looks like I'm gonna have to rebuild the ramp, too. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. And I promise this will be the last time I build this. Okay, yeah. Looks like I'll be able to keep that promise. Great. And all that's hooked up. Good. Now let's see what the how large I can make this transition. Obviously I want it as large as possible. Wait, 1 minute. How does this work? Oh yeah, that's RHW4 to RH. For a minute I thought there were two RHW2s there. And I was like, whoa, that'd be a cool puzzle piece to have. Can think of a few places where it would be useful. Alright, so I guess we are just doing like this. Yeah, it's not that much space, but it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I mean, almost 500 feet of merge space there, so it's better than nothing. Now let's see if I can find some two-tile cosmetic pieces. Alright. I don't always use cosmetic pieces on my highways, but doesn't seem like too much of a problem to use here. Yeah, that's what I want. So I'll have a few of those. Is this right? Yeah. Get a nice view of that, and it is pretty beautiful, if I say so myself. Boom. So, I think I'm gonna move this transition like I said I would. Sorry I'm burping so much. I don't know why that's been going. It's been happening all day. Okay, yeah, this is what I want. And right there is good. What? Did I really? What? Why is it acting like I just lost my override? Okay, it seems to work from this direction. Now, frantically clicking might be able to solve all my problems. At least, frequently that's how it works. Oh, come on. I know this can work. Maybe if I just rebuild this damn transition. Because you see that? I don't know why. I thought this transition had a starter piece in it. So, try one more time, I guess. And it looks like I skipped the piece I wanted. There it is. Now, let's get this in place one more time. And I know it can work. Of course, can and will are completely different things. Okay, almost there, almost there. Wow. This is really close. This is intense. I'm sure that you can just feel the palpable tension through your computer screen. Whoop. Really? Come on. We can do better than this. You know, I just noticed something. Marking's on the wrong side over there. I guess that's why it wasn't working. That's kind of funny. Of course it works now. Wow, can't believe I didn't notice that. Oh well, I guess I can't believe because it happened. Okay, so if you ask me, this area is looking a fair bit better already. You've got to go kind of out of your way if you want to get on the highway westbound, though. I suppose I always could build another on-ramp that would connect somehow to the avenue, but then I'd have to get rid of this MMP work. I don't think it's worth it at this point. Alright, so it's unfortunate that these farms had to go since they were relatively cool looking. Yeah. Whoa. Excuse me, I'm just trying to fight back some hiccups here. Jeez, I thought I was done with those for the day. Whoa. They just keep coming. So I guess I will keep this one farm. It's somewhat small for a farm field, but I mean, what else am I going to do right here? Actually, it probably wouldn't be a bad spot for some residential development. I was thinking that I definitely want to incorporate some of that into whatever my final plans for this area ended up being. Yeah. So should be fairly easy to just stick some things in right around here. And that's probably close enough to the highway. Don't want to be forcing people to live right next to it. Of course, if this area goes resident, well, it already has a bus stop over there, but I feel like there should be other transit options. Maybe a bus stop around this junction here. Whoop. Didn't really mean to zoom in right there, but looks like it's what happened. So let's go find the bus stop. And hopefully I can conquer these hiccups. Oh yeah, this onslaught piece actually did get messed up. I kinda knew that was likely to happen. Let's see how bad it looks. Yeah, that's really steep now. Unfortunate, but I don't think there's too much I can do. At least not without sort of moving a lot of stuff around, so I actually think I'll just keep the bump there. You know, it's not like you don't see such things in real life, and it has extra wide shoulders and everything, so it should work fine. Now over here, kind of curious what happened to make the terrain seemingly dip like this. Bet I could make it look a little bit more appealing without too much work. Maybe not, actually. So, yeah, for now I'll just smooth that slope a little bit. And put back in the curve. Yeah, it's still not perfect, but it's a little bit better. Well, if you can tell, this railway was built before I installed my new slope mod. So, let's try to improve things a little bit. That's probably enough. I guess I might as well demolish this farm. And I'm sort of undecided whether I will just let it regrow, or alternatively, could have a new residential area right there. And, you know, with this big heavy-duty road and everything, it does seem like a new residential area might be appropriate. At least the capacity exists for the traffic it's likely to generate. Woof. So, might as well have a main road connection there. And I think I'll do this in modern suburban style. So actually that main road, I'm not sure if it'll continue straight. Gonna have a nice loop road around the edges of the development. And we can have a little diagonal street here. And I guess it would make sense to follow the old lines of the farm lot. After all, if it's just one property, it would have been sold and developed in one piece. Well, that's not really going to work. Yeah, this curve doesn't meet up perfectly, but I think I'll live with it like that. So, maybe there'll be another street that can go through like this. Have a similar super tight curve. No. No, I'll just have it connect straight. Maybe not even there, honestly. About like that should be good. So, so one thing an area like this could use is a park, since it is oriented for that sort of thing. And it looks like the worst of the hiccups might have passed, although I'm surely jinxing myself by saying so. Let's put the... Why not just put the park where everybody's likely to pass? Should be a good spot right here. And let's get on with the residential zone. And there are a couple free tiles, looks like. Shouldn't be the end of the world, though. Whoops. So let's see how well this works out. God. A couple of these houses are going to be smaller. You could say maybe the state demanded that they be included as affordable housing units or something. Yeah, might as well have a few of those. And, you know, it is good practice for something like this to have more than one exit road, but I don't think it's entirely the best idea to have it connect straight to the airport road. So I suppose there'll just be the one entrance and exit. Maybe it could be upgraded at some point. Not right now, though. Hick. Alright, over here I want these zones to be a little bit shorter, just to leave a larger buffer space for the highway. And wow, that is really close right there. But I think it'll be fine. Maybe get rid of that zone so that these things don't brush up too closely. And the final two zones, yep, just like that. Now I actually want to reorient these right here. Yeah, like this should work just fine. Maybe we could skip on having zones right next to the entrance road, though. So, put a bus stop right there, why not? Actually, I want it to face over here. Yeah, that's fine. And I might as well extend the sidewalk all the way to the main road. Although it does end there, and pedestrians would have to use the shoulder, it looks like. No big problem. Alright. So now let's get rid of the remnants of the old agricultural zone, and I suppose I might as well let this stuff all develop, because I have to bring the date around to plant trees anyway. But I think I'm gonna end up doing that off camera in a minute. And if I'm really gonna have to wait for almost a year, I might as well put in some more zones, I was thinking, just so that it will be a little bit more worth it. And just trying to see if I can just kind of notice a perfect spot. And around this road wouldn't be such a bad place for residential development. Looks pretty convenient to a lot of stuff. So, going to put in some houses there. And I guess another one here. And 3 more right there. Any other good spots that are close to highway access? Or at least the new main road? Well, there's always up around here. Could probably stand to use a little bit more development. Someday I want to rebuild this interchange too. It's a little bit wonky. Yeah. I guess I could start out by putting a few zones right there. And the terrain here is, speaking of wonky, the terrain here is really weird. And maybe a few more residential zones in this area. Ooh, crap. Just spilled water on the floor, it looks like. If there was even that much left in that bottle. Here, let me check real quick. Looks like I escaped disaster. Alright, so I figure I'll go off screen right now and let a year roll by, like I was saying. Alright, well, I just replanted the trees where I could. Yeah, I think this area is looking nicely. Here's the new development that just zoned in, and over here we've got some new development as well on these streets. So that's pretty cool. It looks like all of the new freeway ramps are getting a little bit of use, but might as well show you the traffic map. Yep, sure enough, there's even some congestion there at that merge point. Yeah, actually, the creation of this new exit has really done wonders for reducing the volume on this one. In fact, nobody's even using this now. I suppose on the evening commute would get a fair bit of use, though, at least by, maybe not actually. Nobody from this town really appears to be getting up a freeway in that direction at all, so that's kind of funny. But yeah, not too much of an issue to worry about. At least it pulls a lot of traffic off of this overpass that was using it before in order to get on this road toward this part of the tile. Yeah, this avenue, it's not too heavily used, but it does get a fair bit of use, and in real life it would get a little bit more because it's a major long distance route. And in real life would probably have a much higher speed limit than these narrow farm roads, even if they are arterials. Yeah, might as well rotate back into the normal viewing angle, just to show you that. Yeah, I'm kind of curious to take a look up here. Looks like a couple of these loop ramps are still not really getting used, but there's some pretty heavy usage on the stuff closer to the development up here. Whoa, man, that graphical bug is creeping up on me, so I better cut this video short. I guess I will save and exit and give you a quick peek at the new region view before I finish up the video. Alright, so here's the region. Not too much different is evident right away, except for this the suburban residential development I built, which is fairly large. But on the transportation view, the changes are pretty obvious. This continuous line is a lot easier to see now, and yeah, you can definitely see that there's something going on with the highway over here too. So, yeah, maybe for the future, one other thing I could do is to find some kind of similar solution for merging this main arterial road into the highway around here. And I imagine that they would have similar number designation, or maybe the same number designation, and maybe have this 1.5 miles or so stretch here be a concurrency. But yeah, that would be quite a bit of work, so I'm not really anxious to get started right now. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed